Greetings and salutations. Welcome back inside the Let's Not Do This podcast for Wednesday, October 29th, year of our Lord, 2025. It is 7:30 in the East. You got the big O, Leon Oliver, sitting alongside two of the unwisest men in America. He looks like McLevin, not so much. His bank account is McLevin something. I don't know. Chris, how are you?
What?
I'm
I got nothing.
ready for vacation. Can't wait.
Well, I hear Key West is lovely this time of year for people of your lifestyle. So hopefully you enjoy it down there, sir. Scotty, I don't know if you know what the word vacation is, but how are you?
Good. I'm trying to figure out if I don't know where I've been all day, but Chris mentioned something about seeing James Franklin to Virginia Tech. It's like, no way I would have heard about it, but it might be some smoke there.
Rumors are flying that the Hokies have sold their aluminum cans. They had to buy out for Pry. They put some money into the athletic department there. They very well may be trying to make the big splash with a guy who, by the way, is familiar with the ACC. Of course, he was the coach in waiting at Maryland before that thing ended when Maryland was in the ACC and before he took the Vanderbilt job. So. Yeah,
he recruits the state of Virginia very well. So
very well indeed.
That was my top choice. So I'll be pretty happy if that happens. Let us get back to our traditional when Virginia Tech was at the top of their game, and James Franklin losing big games is what they do. I would love to lose big games again.
We'll see though if the money in Blacksburg wants to go back to the Penn State well 2 times in a row for a head coach, or if they have been scorned a little bit, a little sour taste in their mouth from the Brent Pry experience or lack thereof.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. Of course, I'm just waiting out the end of the Dave Doran era here with the NC State, what happens there. Though I will say Wolfpack are a live dog Saturday. We'll talk about that Saturday morning, 9 a.m. right back here on this very channel with the Let's Not Do This podcast betting spinoff called Doing Lines as State hosts Georgia Tech. So I'll talk about that on Saturday morning. But we got some Thursday night football. We got some college football to get into, some bad college football games. So of course, all these games on Thursdays or Fridays are usually terrible, but one that's especially stinky that I'm actually really excited for. And also something else I'm really excited for. Make sure to tune in on this same channels tomorrow at 7 as I get into the Championship 4 with NASCAR on the Getting Loose with Leon podcast. Got your picks for Phoenix, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, and Kyle Larson vying for the title there. So we'll talk about that tomorrow at 7 o'clock right back here on this very channel. But let's get into it a little bit, get some picks going for this Thursday. Let's bring up some standings here. College football this season, I am struggling with a capital T right now, or capital ST, whatever. Scotty, 25 and 22. What?
How you figure me and Chris are tied? Or did you just not change it?
I didn't change it. Listen, okay. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. I'm trying to do my real job. I'm trying to do this. During the day, there's only so much platitude to go around there. You copy one graphic, you change the other. Quality control issues be damned. Right. Much like
you got your ranking correct. That's all that matters.
Much like Joe Gibbs Racing right now, we're having some quality control issues with the parts, but we'll be all right. We'll figure it out. But yes, Scotty 22 and 25. Chris got the 2 pushes there.
25 and 22.
Yeah, sorry, 25 and 22. And I'm 21 and 26. Listen, I don't have my ranch order this evening, so I'm struggling. All right. Moving over to the National Football League, that's where the tie is. Scotty and Chris are 16 and 17. I am 15, 17, and 1. And then
I
overall,
4-0 in NFL last week to get to 16 and 17.
We are struggling. Then overall, you're 41 and 39. Chris 38, 40, and 2. And I am 36, 43, and 1, bringing up the rear here. But, hey, weather's cold. It's a different kind of football right now. Let's get into it with these picks and see if I can make up some ground on you guys. And, of course, Scotty, we can follow you as well since you do better off the show than you do on the show. If you want to follow him on Action Network there, that QR code.
Yeah, up until last week. So last week I did good on the podcast and had my worst weekend of the football season so far.
By the way,
they can never align.
I follow Scotty and I follow other people on the Action Network, but I guess you're the only one that I have like alerts set on. So every time you put in a bet, my goddamn phone rings, and so like I'm sitting there at work.
Turn the alerts off,
and it's like ba-doong, 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 ba-doong. It's like, Who the
No,
hell is
not
bet
at work.
first half under on Knicks Raptors or whatever? You know, it's like
You're
right.
embellishing.
All
I'll
good
do it when I get
storytellers
home.
do. All
I
good
believe it.
storytellers do. All right, let's get into
Sunday
it.
mornings, I believe it. Yeah, your shit's probably going off like a Christmas tree. Is that a saying?
No. Thursday, tomorrow evening, we got Thursday night football. Baltimore on the road in South Florida, taking on the Dolphins. Ravens, are they dead yet? We'll see. Got Lamar back in the lineup. Baltimore laying the 7.5 points. The number is set at 50.5. Before we get into the picks, I did put that on the graphic here. What do you guys think? The AFC North not exactly lighting the world on fire. Pittsburgh is still within reach for everyone. Should we expect Baltimore to rise up from the dead like Jason, or can we bury the Ravens?
Yeah, they're the betting favorite now.
Yeah.
I think it's minus 130. I think I heard on VSiN earlier for them to win the division at 2-5. Yeah, that division is not great. The Bengals are going to be bad for a majority of the year. The Steelers are probably going to start regressing even more. The Browns will be good defense, but they're not going to have any type of offense. Yeah, this should be the Ravens division to lose.
Chris, I know you are holding a Browns AFC North ticket. Are we still riding with that? Have we switched to something else?
Is Shador ever going to play?
If they want anything to do with winning, then they at least got to throw him out there to see what's going on. Dylan Gabriel sucks. But yeah, if Lamar comes back and he's 100%, maybe. Their defense isn't that great. Derrick Henry looked good last week, but he's been pretty pedestrian for the season. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that division. Everybody is pretty bad in one way or another. So, yeah.
One thing is, Baltimore trying to change the culture. Doing the old take the pool tables out and the ping pong tables and all that stuff out of the locker room. We got to get serious. We got to lock in. Usually, it's a head coach that does that sort of thing. Apparently, this was spurned on by Lamar Jackson.
All right.
Okay.
Ping pong, turn the TVs off. If we could have took the TVs out, they would have been out too. But yeah, we had to focus. I wouldn't say people don't take the job serious. Don't get me wrong, but like I didn't feel like it was the time for that. We got a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do. Keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. Cause we're not gonna have them the rest of the year, so keep winning.
What do you guys think about that? It's just a little, mind games thing. Does it mean anything, or is it, or do you not care?
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds silly, but I mean, if you're losing, I mean, it could be something. You take all that out, and maybe guys start to realize, like, hey, this is a business. We're not here to play ping pong or watch whatever they're watching on TV. Was it Rivera or was it Dan Quinn that did that? I can't remember which one of them did, but it was like day one.
I think it might have been Ron Rivera, maybe. I forget. But yeah, we've seen these.
Listen, if you're playing well and winning games and you're a contender and you got ping pong tables or whatever in there, fine. But if you're 1-5 or losing like the Commanders used to, or how they are this year, but yeah, and you go in the locker room and you see dudes just playing around, and I mean, yeah, why not take them out? I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not going to hurt.
I like that it was Lamar that did it and not a member of the coaching staff because, everyone in that locker room respects number 8. I mean, obviously, he's the heart and soul of that team. But also, it's like, hey, guys, like, that's your quarterback and that's your leader. You're going to follow that guy. So if he's telling you to lock in, and Lamar seems like, he's a pretty chill guy and stuff. But if that guy's, telling you to lock in and get serious, it's time. And, yeah, those things are great for team camaraderie and stuff. But it may sound silly, but if you take those things away and that's 15 more minutes that, guys are maybe talking about a route or guys are talking about a blocking scheme or looking at their playbook, that's 15 more minutes already that you didn't, that they weren't studying before. So I like it. It's just, you got to switch things up. Sometimes it's like hockey, you're just getting shelled. You just switch the goalie just to switch the energy and try to make a comeback late in the games. You just got to switch it up. I like it. But let's get into the matchup here. Baltimore laying the 7.5. The total set at 50.5. Who wants to go first with their picks on this one?
I'll go first.
All right.
All right. So at Miami, Lamar coming off, what was it, a hammy?
Yeah, coming off a hammy.
So I don't know what the weather report is in Miami, but around this time it's still fairly warm, probably really humid.
I actually got this for you. Tomorrow at kickoff at 8:15, it's supposed to be about 72 to 74 degrees, 0 precipitation. It's supposed to be a beautiful South Florida evening.
Okay. No precipitation. Does it say what the humidity is going to be?
I did not get a dew point or a humidity level there for you. Come on, Jim Cantori.
Hammies are weird. South Florida is weird. It's not a great place if you are having muscle problems because you will cramp up. I assume that he's at full strength, but Miami's looked really good last week. Give me Miami plus 7.5.
Okay, take the Dolphins plus a 7. Now, one thing I will say, I forget what book it was. I did see a prop out there, Lamar, his longest rush over 14 yards. If I was playing a prop in that game, I do like this because Miami blitzes a lot, so that empties out space for those linebackers where he can move around. And Miami does have problems stopping the run to begin with.
He's going to hit 12 yards and pull up.
pull up lane. He's going to look like oh my God.
Don't even Mariota, man. All right, I got to talk about this.
Hold on, he's going to look like Justin Jolie pulling the Donald Driver last week for NC State. That touchdown against Pitt running in the field, and literally you can see him like pull up lame, and he's just dragging that leg to the end zone like the old Donald Driver Madden gif.
Greg Jennings.
Yes. Yeah. I mixed up my ubiquitous Green Bay wide receivers.
Yeah. Chris, you can get a +8 on Bet Rivers, so we'll give you that.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, since you're talking about quarterbacks running and stumbling and pulling up, I got to mention one of the worst bad beats I've had in a while. Marcus Mariota, Monday Night Football, 28.5 rush yards over. He gets 22 in the first half, 0 in the third quarter. So I'm like, what are we doing? The second to the last drive that they had, he runs the ball for 6 yards because he stumbles and falls a yard short. So now I just need 1 more yard. Last possession, he runs the ball. He gets 2 yards. Now it was 29.5 most places. It's a little fishy if you ask me because he was at 30 yards. And, they're basically running out the clock. Chiefs are in prevent defense. I don't know how you fumble. He fumbled the ball. He got 2 yards. Somehow fumbled the ball backwards 2 yards. Went back to 28. And I don't understand how you fumble there. I just don't get it. In what world can you actually fumble the ball backwards when I doubt anybody's even going for the ball at that time? Why didn't you just run out of bounds?
Hey.
And then they ran the clock out after.
He's Marcus Mariota. That's not even the worst bad beat of the week, though. I did see, and you know me, I'm not an NBA guy, but this came across my radar where apparently James Harden's total was 20.5 points last night. He had 20 points in the first half and none in the second half. Can you imagine if you're sitting there and you got that total on James Harden, he scores 20 in the first half? How good you feel about your life, and then
I've been burned by James Harden before.
Yeah,
I was gonna say some similar things have happened to me where like you only need 3 points in the second half and don't get it.
Someone needs to check his phone log and see if he made a call to Terry Rozier beforehand or Chauncey Billups. But what are you going to do? All right, I'll go next on this one here. Listen, everything is screaming to take the over in this game. Lamar's played 4 games this season. In those 4 games, there have been 57 plus combined points in each of those games. With Lamar in the lineup, they usually average about 66. The Ravens, they scored 30 plus in 7 of Lamar's last 8 regular season starts. Plus, it's a homecoming game. He's a South Florida guy. He's going to want to come off injury and show up and show out at home. And both defenses are terrible. I think Baltimore's like 30th in EPA per allowed. They give up like 30 points per game, only ahead of Dallas and Cincinnati. You got you got Miami allowing 26.9 points a game. That's 26th in the league. They gave up a league high 4 rushing touchdowns to quarterbacks this season. Not good when you're facing Lamar. We'll see how good that hamstring is, but and they have allowed 6 of their last 8 opponents to score over 27 points. Now, they got some offense momentum going though. They came off that 37 on the 34 points that they put up on the road at Atlanta last week. Tua had the 4 touchdown performance, and they've scored 27 plus in 8 straight home games, and the over has hit in 9 straight Dolphins home games here. So listen, all the trends are saying it. Baltimore has hit the over in 6 of their last 7 games. Usually, if all the trends are pointing this way, I'm going to go the exact opposite way. I'm going to take the cheese here on this one. Give me the over 50.5. I don't know why it feels low in this game. It should be 3 or 4 points higher, in my opinion. Give me the over. I know this is going to break my heart all day and all night. I may combo this on one of the books with Miami plus the points because I do think Miami has a chance to stay in this game. But for this bet, give me the over here.
Yeah, I mean everything says the over, but I don't know. We're not getting pink eye to this week.
Hey,
maybe they struggle.
I know he's got a young kid, so I'm sure, lots of Chris, you're the only father here, changing those diapers. And, I'm sure Tua just didn't wash his hands. I don't know what was going on. I heard some people say Tua was doing some sort of other sexual activity maybe that was happening. I don't know. Whatever you do it again, Tua. We need this over to hit. If you were doing something freaky with your girl, go ahead and do it. You were changing some diapers, go ahead and do it, baby. We need this over.
Yeah, he's got to have pink eye for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, just motorboat it to it. Just go ahead and get right in there.
It's pink eye the cure for CTE.
Maybe cancel each other out. I remember I saw that. I'm like, watch, he's gonna play well now.
I mean, that thing was gross, man. I'm like, did you?
Yeah, you see wearing his sunglasses post game.
Ooh, I mean. Dana White always shows like these UFC fighters that get like cut open on his Instagram and stuff after fights, and it always gives a little filter where you have to click it to actually see it. They should have did that with Tua's eye last week. I mean, that thing was it needed to be like a science book or something. That thing was gross.
Yeah, pink eye is not for the faint of heart.
Do you think Bob Costas called them after?
I don't know what city it was.
Empathize with him.
Was it the Olympics where Bob Costas had the pink eye?
Maybe.
I think it
was. Was it Sochi?
Yeah, it might have. Well, you know what? That answers a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Listen. The Russians have been known to provide a lot of company for people, should you say, over the years. I'm just saying, Bob, if you were doing it, that's okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, we don't need Chris getting sued. Even though I said it, I'm going to let him take responsibility for it. That's why the podcast is legally in his name. But anyway, yeah.
What? Where's my 37 cents of ad revenue from Rumble?
Yeah. Keep on rumbling, baby.
We got to get to, I think, $50 before we can pull any money out.
Oh, shit.
That's the only time you pull out. But yeah, go ahead. Give me the over 50.5 here.
All right. Everything tells me that the Ravens should cover this easily and that the over should hit easily, but both of those scare me. I don't know what Tua we're going to get. The Ravens, we think they're maybe back now and division favorites, but who knows still with that defense. The side, I'll probably end up playing the over, but for the podcast, my favorite bet is actually going to be an under on Lamar Jackson. I was going back and forth between passing attempts and passing yards, but I'm a little worried that he hits a couple bombs to Zay Flowers to kill his pass yard prop. So I'm going to go over 27.5 pass attempts. So the Dolphins are actually 6th in the league in fewest pass attempts per game at 28 on the nose. And that's probably has a lot to do with their run defense just being god-awful. And Lamar Jackson, for his career, has averaged right at 25 pass attempts per game. So short week, he's coming back from injury. I can see them running the ball a lot. I can see Derrick Henry having a big game, getting some big runs, and them just kind of doing just enough to win. So yeah, maybe not a whole lot of passing from Lamar Jackson. So I really like the under 27.5 pass attempts.
Oh yeah, one more thing to watch with this game too is Bradley Chubb is listed as questionable for this game. I did see where Mike McDaniel said during the week that he was going to play, but obviously Miami's defense not great, but he's a big part of that defense. He's got 4 sacks and a fumble recovery, I think 5 tackles for loss this season. So we'll see there. He was a non-participant on Monday with a shoulder and foot injury, but did return for limited work today and yesterday. So something to keep an eye on with his status there.
Yeah. Also, Lamar's only went over 27.5 pass attempts twice in his last 8 games. Both of those were against the Browns. And that probably has a lot to do with that run defense.
Good point.
Yeah, they're going to run all over Miami. So I think they're just going to use Derrick Henry, maybe was it Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill. Just run, maybe run Lamar a few times, get his legs under him, and just get out of there with a win.
Keaton Mitchell, by the way, if you can find some, I'm sure his rushing totals are going to be low, but so if you can find some decent value in there with some of his rushing yards. What's that?
14.5. I was looking at that.
Okay, it's not terrible.
You don't know how many carries he's going to get.
That's the thing. He didn't get a lot of work last week. I think we touched like 7 touches or something like that. But anyway, you just got to root for that guy anyway, coming off that gruesome knee injury. So, all right, that's Thursday Night Football. Let's move ahead here and get into some college football stuff here. I don't think anyone has this game on their card. Marshall and Coastal, anyone got any thoughts? Got anything on this?
Disgusting.
Gross game.
I'm going to say Marshall should win by a touchdown, but I don't know. These midweek games with the team on the road being favored, weird shit's been happening. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, couldn't. No. By the way, that is Coastal Carolina quarterback Samari Collier there, who I couldn't even find a picture of him in their home jersey. So yeah, tells you the way things have been going for the Chanticleers this year. All right, moving over to the next one here. This game is on my card here. A little Thursday night action from the Alamo Dome. Tulane, Jake Retzlaff's boys, 6-1, making a trip to take on UTSA. Roadrunners are 3-4. Notice that black jersey there. The Roadrunners doing a little blackout action going with the black jerseys. Tulane is laying the 5.5 points on the road with the total at 53.5 on this one. A couple interesting things on this game here. UTSA has never lost a conference game at home under head coach Jeff Traylor. They're 21-0 in the Alamo Dome versus conference opponents in the 2020s, and 23-0 if you count Conference USA championship games where they were the home team. They average like 48.3 points a game while they're at home this season, and they're 12-1 in their last 13 home games overall. They just walked all over Rice 61-13 last week, but Rice is absolutely terrible there. That was actually not last week, but their last home game. Then you flip that, and they're just abysmal on the road, where they average less than 20 points a game. They're 0-6 on the road this season, but 6-0 at home. One thing to keep an eye on, though, with Tulane, John Summerall. Obviously, in New Orleans there, LSU job is open. He's going to be one of the more hot, attractive coaches out there in the cycle. His name has been bandied around a little bit. He said he's not distracted by the LSU speculations and everything. He's micro-focused, as he says, on how they can get better every day. But definitely got to be something to keep in the back of your mind there. The difference for me is going to be Jake Retzlaff, the BYU transfer. He's completing over 72% of his passes through the last 2 games. Recently, he went for 347 against East Carolina, 261 against Army. He's also the team's leading rusher with 450 yards on the ground there, and they got a decent receiving core as well. Their defense is getting better, too. They held their last 3 opponents to under 20 points, and they're limited their last 3 opponents to 3.8 yards per carry rushing. The only thing is, they haven't had a lot of turnovers. They just had 2 interceptions total since week 1 defensively, and that scares me against a team like UTSA that does put up points at home. But I think Tulane should comfortably win this game and give the Roadrunners their first home loss under head coach Jeff Traylor, who, by the way, was one of the more hot coaching names a couple years ago. Seems like that may have faded a little bit. So I like Tulane to cover this number on the road here.
Cool.
I think I actually like UTSA to cover. Tulane to win, UTSA to cover. This was at 3.5 when I looked at it yesterday. So, I mean, which is a weird number for Vegas to put out there, and then it got bet up to 5.5. Yeah, I think Tulane wins, but maybe a close one. I don't know. I have to do some more research into this one.
Should be one of the better games of this Thursday, Friday little slate here.
Question.
Right? Yes, sir.
So last year he was known as the BY Jew. They call it Jew Lane this year.
I don't know. I don't know. But my man,
might
listen,
be racist.
I don't even know if that's
might be racist.
Listen, my man, obviously, had his issues in Provo. I won't go into that of what he was accused of, and then that was brought back down, and then he admitted to some issues, some things that you can't do at BYU, and then he goes into the portal. Tulane gets the find of the offseason there. I'm sure he's having a lot more fun in New Orleans right now. A lot more fun than he did in Provo. I'll just leave it at that.
For sure.
Yeah, though,
well, as long as they stay away from the infected monkeys that got let loose.
Hey, they said those monkeys were not infected, okay? That's what they said. At first they said they were. Now they said they wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're not.
Yeah. If you're missing the story,
so it's funny for any Theo Vaughn fans out there. He talked about a couple of times how when he was a kid, they have a center there with a bunch of monkeys and different animals. Monkeys got let loose, and they went and pulled him and some other kids from the YMCA to help capture them. So, yeah, everybody was adding him. He actually replied to me on Twitter, which is pretty cool yesterday. I made a joke about it, but
truckload of monkeys leaving.
So it was true.
Florida.
It was a real story. And that's where those monkeys came from.
Yeah. So I didn't know that Tulane had a bunch of monkeys running around there, on their science facility. I didn't know they had science. You think Tulane, you think, pretty sorority girls with daddy's money, and you think business school and Hurricane Katrina, and that's about it.
Howard Cosell begs to differ.
Oh.
Can you get
that?
Deep cut.
That's bad.
Deep cut.
Okay, Jimmy the Greek. All right.
Maybe they just like monkeys.
Moving on. Memphis and Rice. Tigers laying the 13.5 points headed to the lovely Bayou City of Houston there. The Owls are 4-4. That is 7 o'clock Halloween night on the Deuce. Total at 48.5. Scotty, I believe you got this on your dance card.
Yeah, I bet Rice on the podcast a few weeks ago. And it hit against Charlotte. I am taking Rice again. That's at 14 at a few places, so I'm taking the 14 points. On paper, Memphis should win this game by 20, 25 easily. But this is a situational spot here that I'm taking advantage of. Big sandwich spot, as they call it, for Memphis. They had the upset win against South Florida last week. And then after this, they have Tulane, who we just talked about. So 2 big games, and now you have a short week, a terrible Rice team. But they run that weird shotgun triple option. They beat UConn last week in overtime, scored 37 points. So I think that offense is getting better, and I think it's just going to get better while everybody learns that system. Memphis is probably not even thinking about this game. But with that triple option, I mean, it is something you need to study for. So maybe they start out slow. Maybe Rice surprises them a little bit. And, there has to be a little bit of a letdown after that win last week. Memphis we thought they had their playoff hopes destroyed the week before against, I think it was UAB.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and beat USF. And now, maybe they can get in the playoffs. They're kind of right back in there. And now you're playing Rice, who nobody. What is a Rice football? Like half the people that watch college football probably don't even know they have a football program. But yeah, just that short week with that triple option and the situation. Obviously, I don't think Rice is going to win, but I think they can keep it close in the first half and do enough to cover. So give me Rice plus 14.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Speaking of Rice, I learned something interesting yesterday about Rice. This right here is the Frost Bank building in Austin, Texas. If you can see
I thought you were
that.
talking about the food.
Oh no, this is the Frost Bank building there. Let me move that tab over. There we go. So that building is in Austin, Texas. Apparently, the gentlemen that designed that building were both Rice alums. And if you look at that building closely, it kind of looks like an owl. You can see the two eyes
Oh, yeah.
there and the beak and the head. It kind of looks like an owl. So allegedly, these two architects that designed this building, the Frost Bank building in Austin, Texas, were Rice alums, and they built that building to look like an owl, so it would troll the Texas, the UT people. So that's what I learned yesterday.
I mean, that would be cool if anybody actually cared about Rice.
Hey, that used to be something back in the day. We're talking old Southwest Conference football, baby. That used to be something. No, not so much.
Did they ever play Texas in football?
Yeah, they were Southwest Conference
play 'em
rivals
this year?
back in the day. I
I'm
don't
talking
think
about
so.
no. Okay.
No, I think
Because
everyone.
I would love to
cares.
see a game from them now. Maybe we can get that in the bowl game.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
See Rice beat Texas.
All right. Moving on here to the next one up on our card, ACC matchup there on Halloween in the Dome. Syracuse 3-5 at the JMA Wireless Dome. It's the Carrier Dome to you and me, boys and girls. They are laying the 2.5 at home against the 2-5 North Carolina Tar Heels. The total is set at 45.5. 7:30 Friday night on the Mothership. Chris, I believe you had this on your dance card.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting ACC Friday night football. Love to see it. I will not watch this game, but I'm going to bet on it, and I'm betting on Syracuse. UNC's defense, good. Offense, awful. They should have beat UVA by 20 points last week, but they did not. So Syracuse, mediocre as always. Sorry, Ryan. But they are good enough to beat UNC by 3, and that is what I'm going with.
Yeah, when I first looked at the college slate, like my first thought was UNC plus the points because they probably should have beat UVA. Very well could have beat Cal. But like, all right, they got to get a win like here pretty soon. They're playing. I mean, they're not good, but they're playing better. They're keeping things close. Syracuse hasn't been very good, but I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think like a lot of people probably think this is the game that maybe UNC can steal, and then Syracuse is just gonna show up, beat them at home. I don't know. Maybe the under.
I'm probably gonna parlay it with the under, honestly. But
yeah, I'll probably end up betting the under. Both offensive are playing like crap. UNC's defense is pretty good. Well, decent. Neither team has scored more than 18 points this month. So, yeah, I might bet that under there. But this is not going to be a good look for the ACC.
Talk about like offensive struggles. Both of these teams struggling, particularly at quarterback. Lots of people clamoring for the backup at Syracuse, Ricky Collins. Since Steve Angeli went down, I think he's got, 8 picks and 6 touchdowns, if I remember correctly. Then on the opposite side of things, you got Gio Lopez for Carolina. He's got 4 touchdowns all season. 2 of those came against FCS Richmond. He's thrown 5 picks and 61% completion percentage. What's that?
And one of the other ones was the first drive of the season.
Yeah. And I mean, then you look at the Carolina team that they fumbled the ball away and turned it over inches from scoring 2 weeks in a row. I mean, that's like super hard to do. They're just a disaster. But you mentioned, the defense is showing improvement there. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to ride the under on this one if I did put in a bet on this. I mean, you look at Carolina, they're averaging like 23.9 or 24 points a game or something like that. They're 25th in rushing defense, so that's good. They will take that run away from you and force Syracuse to pass, which isn't something that they're very good at. And they're number 50 overall in total defense. And, they did shut out Virginia in the second half, and they had 6 sacks against Virginia as well. And that was a Virginia offensive line that was one of the last in the country before they actually gave up a sack, even though Virginia's had all kinds of injuries on that line this year. So there was a decent offensive line that they were able to get to. And, you go back and look at Carolina, they only had 8 in their first 6 games combined prior to that Virginia win. So they're getting home and getting after the quarterback a bit. If that pass rush can continue to show up, they could cause some havoc for Syracuse there. I think UNC has 2 chances to win an ACC game this year, and I think it's this game, and I think it's the NC State game. And a lot of it's going to, with the NC State game, a lot of it's going to, it's a rivalry game in state. They're going to have their fans there and stuff anyway. Just it is what it is. But a lot of it is what happens with NC State the rest of the way. Usually coming out of a bye, Dave Dorn responds well. They did not do that last week against Pitt. They get Georgia Tech at home in a situation where you look at the spot. State could be a live dog on Saturday. We'll talk about that then. But how the rest of the season goes, we'll see if this team quits and rolls over for NC State. That could be a winnable game. But they got to win one of these 2 if you're Carolina, if you're going to get an ACC win. I think this is their best shot. I'm actually going to probably put in a bet for Carolina money line, and I might parlay this with the under on this game. This is going to be gross.
That was my initial thought looking at it, but I just don't know how you bet UNC right now, even if they're playing better. Until they win a game, I'm not going to bet on them.
I'm intrigued to see what the crowd situation is like, because, I mean, no matter how bad Syracuse is, the Dome is usually just, whatever reason, they show up. It can't get loud there.
Nothing else to do in Syracuse.
Yeah, that's what I say. Nothing else to do in Syracuse. Well, it's Halloween night though. You got to go out to the fraternities and stuff. It's a good bar school. Of course, our dear buddy Michael Pasaglia went there. I'm sure he's got some great Syracuse stories there. I know they're doing they're trying to do a Halloween costume thing, and they're encouraging people to wear orange. I don't know if the whole student body is just going to dress up like Otto the Orange. I don't know, but we'll see if they actually show up, if they make it past halftime, because Lord knows I would be heading to Dinosaur Barbecue instead of watching this game if I was there.
Yeah,
that's gross.
It's not going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, last one here. I don't think anyone has this on their card, but I just put it out there anyway, too. Sam Houston State. 0-7 on the road, taking on Louisiana Tech. Texters, Bulldogs, laying 16.5 over under 47.5. Sam Houston. Yes, you get the S right here because I'm not going to call you Sam Houston State when I'm abbreviating you, even though you want to be called Sam Houston athletically. Makes no sense whatsoever. Any thoughts on this? Anyone dare open their wallet for this game?
No, I think that 9.36 looks stupid. I'm not betting Sam Houston for the rest of the year because I bet their first 2 games and dumb shit kept happening. Yeah, no thank you. Go back down to Division II or FCS or whatever the hell it was.
The Cats were with a K, by mind you. They were a hell of an FCS program, having some growing pains here at the FBS level. But yeah, that's a gross game.
Yeah, K stands for strikeout because that's all they're doing. How are you 0-7? They haven't even against the teams that they play. How are you 0-7?
Ruston, Louisiana. I can't imagine those crowds will be packed there. Terry Bradshaw isn't walking through that door anytime soon for Louisiana Tech. So, yeah, I can't imagine. There's a million things I'd rather be doing than being in Ruston, Louisiana on any given night, but especially Halloween night against an 0-7 Sam Houston team. Methinks the students will find other things to do, and they probably involve drinking moonshine.
Yeah, if you have to bet this, Louisiana Tech, because I think Sam Houston is betting against themselves. If you watch their games, there's just no way that some of the things they do, it's not something any football player would ever do. It's just
you hear that, Coach? Got you another one.
I did see a story today where the governor of Louisiana said that LSU's AD will not be picking the next football coach.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, so I don't know if
that's
Greg
the situation we're in too.
I don't know if Greg Abbott wants to get involved there in Texas, and if Sam Houston does make a change, I think this is year 1 for their head coach, I believe. But if they do want to make a change, and I'm not sure if he's going to get involved, I actually like this. Let's get the governors involved in the coaching decisions. Yeah, that
Go
could
ahead
only
and
end
start
well.
rolling the candidates through, Greg. Roll them through.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah,
by the way, the
that's
school that we were going to. Oh, I just got that. The school that we were going to apply to last year as the triumvirate, Kennesaw State. Congrats to them. I believe they're bowl eligible now. We're like 6-2 now.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Our
that
spirit has turned
He'll be
over
somewhere else.
turned around the fortunes of that team.
Yeah, just a mere
It was us.
thought. Just the mere
Yeah.
thought of having the three of us as a triumvirate leading that program was enough to scare them into relative obscurity from complete obscurity.
That was the school that everybody played their dynasty with because they were like the worst team.
Yeah, because the more people that play them, they get more NIL money or something.
Yeah, I don't know if that really amounts to anything. But yeah, it's just fun to take the worst team and get him to the playoff. But I wonder where that guy's gonna be. I don't know who the coach is, but I'm sure he'll be coaching somewhere else next year.
Yeah, and Kennesaw State, by the way, one of 2 FBS teams named Owls. Houston, the other, no, 3 Temple as well. Yeah, we're having an Owl renaissance here. Which Temple, by the way, look at Temple money line potentially on Saturday. I'm not putting it on my card. I'm just saying, look at Temple money line.
How about an owl parlay? Maybe I'll get my mom collects owls. Maybe I'll get her to open up a DraftKings account or something.
Dude, I need your mom to make an owl
It's
parlay.
way better for basketball.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Any other thoughts before we get out of here?
No. I'm hungry.
World Series. All right.
Oh yeah.
Game 5, tied 2-2. Who's taking it?
Well, it looks like David Schneider just went yard there for Tampa Bay.
Good, I got that over.
For Toronto. Excuse me.
Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. I saw a T. I can't read. It's okay.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I also don't.
Inning game.
I also
Shohei's
don't like this.
Tommy's the GOAT.
It is 8-12 here in the East. And I know it's 5-12 in Los Angeles, but I don't like this like bright daylight World Series. It's throwing me off. Yeah, it's throwing me off. It's kind of like Sunday Night Football when they're in Santa Clara and it's like the middle of the goddamn afternoon out there, Yeah, I don't like it.
I hope Toronto wins tonight, and then they think they're going to win, and then Dodgers 1-7. I don't like Toronto.
No. Go Toronto.
The Jays actually just went back-to-back. Vlad the Impaler just went yard as well. 2-0 Blue Jays. Somewhere Drake is getting ready to put in a money line bet on the Blue Jays.
Don't do it, Drake.
Yeah. So, all right, make sure to join me back here 7 o'clock tomorrow for the Getting Loose with Leon podcast. 1 race left on the NASCAR calendar. The winner-take-all season championship there at Phoenix. We got Chase Briscoe. We got Denny Hamlin looking for his first ever title. And then we got William Byron and Kyle Larson as well. We got 2 Toyotas and 2 Chevys. Hendrick versus Gibbs. Which organization's coming away with a title? What driver's coming away with a title? We shall see. I will have the picks and break that down for you as well tomorrow, right back here at 7. Then make sure to join us Saturday morning, 9 a.m., right back here for the Doing Lines podcast as we get you ready with our best bets for college football on Saturday and NFL on Sunday. For Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I'm the Big O. We'll see you.
They're both you.
Fuck you. Next time.